Somehow I had my camera in my camera stand upside down. How's that for doing something silly? So anyway, I am live again, and hopefully people will come back on. So let's see if this shows me live now. What's wrong with this? It's driving me crazy. So let's go back and see if I can go live, or I can see my live. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Doesn't help, does it? Okay, here I am again. I'm not going to go through the spiel about all of my Stampin' Up! Stuff. I am Rita Holmes, I will tell you that, from Ohio, an independent demonstrator. New to doing lives again, and it's like a chore to me, but I will get the hang of it. I'm going to turn my camera around. We are making a card with the new Coneflower Celebration set. So I'm going to turn the camera down. We're going to get started since I've had to start this video over again. So here we go. We're going to go down, and I will pull this down so that you can see better. There we go. And there you might see the foot of my cat. She's taking her nap. Here is the PDF, and I said on the other video, I need to raise that a little bit so you can see it. There we go. Here's the PDF that is on my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, that you can go pull. Tells what I've used, gives you a picture, and tells you how I did it. Okay, I will show you in the catalog on page 82 is the stamp set I'm using. So let's get to 82. I will be using the right words. I'm going to use this too. No, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I did on one other card, but maybe not. Here it is, Coneflower Celebrations. It's this set right here. There's a stamp set and a die set. It's $53 if you buy the bundle. It's a big flower, so I really want to showcase it and show that to you. So let's get started. We'll close that, take the PDF away. We don't need it. So here are my cards I made. And what it is, there is the card. So this is a die that's in there, and it actually folds. It's made to do that. So I made that as my card. I just have this on a 5.5 by 4 1/4 card base. And then I put a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece that has been embossed, and used the blending brush on with the Timid Tiger color to give it a little bit of dimension. I've done the flowers, the leaves. This says, "You're so kind, thank you." And these are birthday cards that says, "I love that I've known you for so many birthdays. Happy belated birthday." Good thing I've known you for so many birthdays, even though I forgot it. And that is me in a nutshell. So that's why I picked that card to do. So let's lay these aside. The only thing I'm going to have to die cut for you is the petals right here. And I just want to show you, they do stick in the die a little bit. They're tight. But I like that because it automatically curls these to fit here. Now this, because it's one layer here, will go in an envelope, just like any other card. So you don't have to worry about that. So let's put these up here for a minute. Here is the stamp set and the dies. So here's the stamp set, and it is photopolymer. So we have that. And it has the flower, butterfly, leaves, a little like background stamp, the stem, and then it has several sentiments in it here. And the dies are, here's the leafy part, or the petals, I should say. That's the center. There's solid leaves, and then you have the cutout leaves right here. This is a just a piece that you can cut for dimensions and stuff like that. That goes to the stem, this goes to the butterfly, and this makes the card part. So this is what we are going to cut out today. As soon as I find my piece of paper I used, and my cat's laying on it, of course. Here, Miss Moxie, I need this little piece of paper, and then I know you want it, but I want it too. Okay? That's all right. I talk to my cat like she's a little person. She acts like a little person sometimes. Let's bring in the machine. And we're going to cut this part of the flower out really quick. Not really quick, as I can. That was the 2 petals I cut on the other card. And I used this side of the paper. I think I'm going to use this side of the paper. It looks like leaves, but when you cut it, you'll be surprised. So I'm just going to lay that in the corner. And run it through. And I'm just going to run it back through just so it's on this side of me. I'm sorry it's close, and I'm sorry it's a little blurry because it's moving. So here we go. And see how it sticks in there? It sticks in there very well, I should say, because it has a lot of embossing in it. So it's really pretty. But when you pull this out, you just take, I just do the 2 dots here that's at the center of the flower, and I pull and let that just pull out, and it curls my flower. So when I put it on there, it's already curled. So let's go ahead and cut out this other one also. I'm going to put it in. Make sure I get it all in there so it's cut. Don't know why that didn't fit in the corner. I guess I didn't get all those other ones up close like I did before. So we're just doing the same thing we just did. And this is the only die cut I have to cut. I have everything else cut because of it being quite a bit that you can cut with this. So here we go with, and there you have just pretty much of a mess that you can pitch in the garbage. Let's get this out of the way. And I always take my plates and I run them halfway through my machine, and that's how I sit them, and it keeps the bottom plate where you're cutting a little flatter than what it does sometimes. So let's take the flower out. And lay that to the side, and we'll put these with our dies. Don't want to lose it. That's a big set. Okay, now I'm going to bring in the stuff to make the cards. So I actually have the stuff to make a strawberry slush one and a timid tiger. But what I'm going to do first, I've already embossed this. If you can see, it's done with this, the glass and garden set. And this is the glass one. And here's the garden. It's a flower. So I'm going to use I had used this, and I just want that to, I kind of want that to have a little bit of dimension and show up. So I'm going to bring my scrap in. Here's my color that already has Timid Tiger on it. I don't even think I'm going to need to add anything. That's why I didn't clean my brush. And I just added enough color that kind of makes that show up. I'll go ahead and take the one that is Strawberry Slush also, and let's see if we have enough color in it, and we'll do Strawberry Slush. And Strawberry Slush doesn't show up as well. It's a little lighter, so, but you don't want to press really, really hard on there unless you want a lot of color. There you go. So that is our Strawberry Slush. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, these are the centers of my flower. Right there. And I'm going to bring those in to I have a brush it's a little bitty brush that I have. And this is the center of the flower, and it has these little parts that'll pop up. So I just kind of get those to where they're kind of loose. They're not going to pop up on me, but they're loose. And I want to take this with pecan pie, and I'm just going to rub over that. It kind of just gives a hint of the brown and tones down the yellow. And I'm trying not to re-ink these, so I'm just kind of like cleaning my brushes out. It's a good way to do it. So we've got that. Now we're going to bring in our green leaves that we've got for these. There's green leaves. And there's 2 in a set, and they will match. No, the one does go that way. You watch the veins of your flower so you know which way you're putting that on. That you get it on there right, and the right side up. There's our 2 sets. I'm going to glue these together just real quick. And then we're going to, the only thing, we have to stamp our stem onto our card. So I'm not putting a lot of glue on here. I just want it to hold it together. So I just put that, press it down so I don't make a gluey mess. I'm not worried about these being all the way glued, or I would have got my mat out and did it that way. But this will work for these. They had enough room that I could put glue on it enough to hold it down. So I just make sure I press on that really hard to get it to stick. So let me just add some more glue right here. Do both sets of leaves. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tone my leaves down just a little bit. I've used Garden Green and Granny Apple Green. And I don't want my Granny Apple Green as bright as what it looks on here right now. I really want my flower to be the bright focal point. But I want leaves also on my cards, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a brush that's got Granny Apple or Garden Green on it, and I'm just going to brush over that green, and it'll kind of tone it down. If you can see the difference there once you do it, it just tones that down just a hair, but still gives you a contrast. So, and all leaves don't look alike, so if you get one a little bit more green than the other, you're okay. And there we go. We have all of our leaves done. We have our centers done. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to put that little flower together. As soon as I get the other little piece. So when you cut the flower piece out like this, it's already creased to fold. So you just want to fold that. And like any card, I want that to be folded down. I'm going to do the same here and just fold that down. As you can see, it matches. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I cut a white one. so that I could put it in the center of the flower so I could stamp on it and you could see it better. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to cut it in two, just on that creased line. And I'm going to take 1/2 of it. I think this will go this way. And this one will fit in here. Then I'm going to take the other one and I'm going to fit it in there. So I've only used one white one, but I'm going to make 2 cards out of it. So, because it doesn't really matter which side of that is showing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and glue this in. So let's glue that down. And I just kind of line it up in there. And then that's how that's going to be. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And you just want to make sure you get some good glue on there so that it'll stick. And then just line that up. And your card will fold. So, and it doesn't matter if your white's going to show, it's going to be on white. And it just looks like a die that way. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in the stem of the flower and we're going to stamp it with the green. And you see I have it curved. This doesn't really come curved, but when you put it on your block, if you want your stem curved, you just lay that, as you lay that on there, you curve it. And it works well with photopolymer stamps to do that. That's a plus with that. So let's go ahead and ink that up. And I'm just going to stamp that on my card. And then that way, so there we go. We have that stamped. That was nice and easy, wasn't it? Let's close the screen so I'm not in it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I did this. I take my flowers, and I don't want to stack them right on top of each other. So I'm going to put glue on the back of this one, right, what would be the flower center. And I'm going to offset this a little bit. And when I offset it a little bit, then that makes this a little bit, they're not the same size anymore. So I'm going to take and I'm going to cut the back one to match the front one so that when I put it on this card right here, that it's going to match up there at that center. So let's just go ahead and put this on while we did that. So I'll pick that up and I'll line that up. And then we have our little curly flower on there. I'm going to do the same with this one and my, oh, maybe not. I thought I had them cut. I don't. I guess I'm not going to finish that one. I'll finish it later. We'll just do this one. Unless you want me to take time to cut the other stuff, but we don't have to. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to bring in this oval. And I'm going to stamp the birthday saying on here. And I'm going to use Memento Black. So we've got that one stamped, and then I'm going to take the happy belated birthday and I'm going to stamp it on the inside there. So I'm going to make sure that's inked up really good. I'm going to bring this closer to me. Whoa, has it moved? That would have been a mess. So there's the happy belated birthday. So all we have to do to finish this card is I'm going to glue this down. It's got enough dimension to it with the petals and all. So we're just going to we're going to put some adhesive on the back. We're going to make sure that it fits within our our card perimeter here. And I just give that a good press. I want this to be on my card. So therefore, well, let's put this on. Almost forgot this little guy. And all I'm going to do is put this glue around the outside edge. I'm not going to glue the inside edge because I want that to stand up a little bit. I could put a dimension in there, but I don't really want to worry with that. So I'll just put that down and then just take the top and the bottom, and it leaves that raised a little bit in the center. It makes the flower center, so that opens. Next, we're going to put the leaves on. And what I do with the leaves is I go ahead and I put some dimensionals on there. And I use the little guys. Whoa. And I put 3 on them. Don't you think these look like little pea pods when you got them turned over backwards? I think they look like little pea pods. We used to have a set with little pea pods. That one didn't get on there straight, so let's move it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our leaves on. So I'm going to want that in the vicinity, and I'm going to make sure my veins are going up the right way. I'm going to move that, and don't want that in the way of my flower, so I'm going to move that down. I'm going to take these off. Sure I am. The little ones I always have a harder time with, and I don't know what that is. Not as much room to get a hold of it, maybe? And then I'm just going to overlap those 2 leaves. I'll put that one on. Then on this, I'm going to put on a couple dimensionals just towards the bottom. And I do that every time I flip my card, and then I put them on the wrong side, so I have to peel them. I do that. I did it the last time, and I did it yesterday. What is that? But if you can get those to pull off and just put them down where they go. And then I'm going to go over those leaves and add that right there. And I've got my Timid Tiger cardstock, and I'm going to add that to there, and that's going to be my card, and I'll add a couple embellishments and call it a day. I forgot to cut the the petals to the pink one, so I think I'll just let that one go. You saw this one made, and I'll finish that one a little later. So let's get out some Timid Tiger embellishments. Should have left those out of the package. And I'm going to use the big ones because that flower is so darn big, but I like it. So I'm just going to add some of these on here. So let's move that out of the way. And And I'll save these and I'll finish that other card. I could have swore I had those cut out, but I think I did it and already made another card. So be it for me. Okay. So here are our cards. And here's the two different, because I used both sides of the paper. This was one that was leaves. And this is the one I think it looks kind of tie-dyed on the Timid Tiger. So I used both sides. This one I just used the one side. And the paper is really neat. Let me show it to you. There's a set of them that has leaves for each color. So there's the Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, Secret Sea. Trying to get them so that you'll be able to see them all. And then the cloud cover. So there you have those all have the leaves. When you turn them over, they all have the tie-dye look. And then this set of them that comes together, but they have them, this is how they came in the package. So I kind of liked it. So we have flowers on this side, and then when you turn it over, we have this, kind of looks like they sponged it. And we have the sponge effect, which is what these two cards right here are made out of. And then these are the both sides of the other one. So this is the new in colors, the 2025-2026 DSP. And you can now get that set of papers in all of our colors. You can get the 2023, 2020, is it 2023, 2025 in colors. Then you can get the subtles, the regals, the neutrals, and the brights. So you can get them in those colors too. So there's my cards. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if you were on here and I had to start over, and I'm sorry if you were on here and then you left and didn't come back. So maybe you'll watch replay. I'll get the hang of it. It's okay. It's a little bit different than doing Facebook Lives, but I will get it. So if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. If you're here, I would enjoy that. And I will see you all again later. Thank you for watching. Bye.